Do you ever think about questions like, what happens after we die? Or, what is the meaning of life? Then it's very probable that you are using your existential intelligence. And today I want to try and answer, is existential intelligence real? Hi, I am Pixel Pia, a teacher and a lifelong learner, and I am very interested in our intelligence and how it works. One of my big interests has been Howard Gardner's theory about multiple intelligences. In that, he's allude to an existential intelligence, but he doesn't define it as one of the multiple intelligences. And he recently returned to the topic in a blog on his website, which I will have linked down in the description. In that blog, he addressed the recent growing interest for existential intelligence. And once again, he says that it doesn't fit in as one of the multiple intelligence according to the criteria he used for his theory. But that doesn't mean it's not real. So let's return to the initial question. Is existential intelligence real? Well, according to Dr. Howard Gardner and his theory about multiple intelligences, the answer is no. But there are many types of intelligences that doesn't fit in his theory about multiple intelligences. And a couple that comes to mind are emotional intelligence and social intelligence. And who knows, maybe there even is a teaching intelligence. What do you think? Is it real? Or is it a construction from all the other types of intelligence? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. And at the end of this video, I will share my personal thoughts about if existential intelligence is real or not. But before that, let's take a look at what it is. There are many that have described existential intelligence in different ways. But one thing they all have in common, and that is that existential intelligence is the capability of ponder over deep questions about human existence. That includes the ability to use intuition, thought, and megacognition, which in short is thinking about thinking. You both ask and try to answer these deeper questions, like what happens after life. The nature of your questions can be both religious, spiritual, or philosophical. So what are some of the signs of existential intelligence? One sign is that you spend a lot of time thinking about these big existential questions. Another sign is when you are asked a question, you think about the bigger picture and not just the details. When you have to make a decision, you usually think how it will affect you and other people before making your decision. You are very interested in both philosophical and religious discussions. And you are also very interested in values and morals of society and of politics. To make close friends, it is important to you that you and your new friend share the same values. And you often think about the nature of consciousness and what happens when we die, or where were we before we were born. If you're a strong, existential, intelligent person, others might find you quite intense, and you might have a hard time switching off this deep thinking and enjoy some frivolous activities. So how can we improve this type of intelligence, and why should we? To improve your existential intelligence can help you see the bigger picture, and it might also help you understand other people much better. Existential intelligent people are often intuitive, empathic, and considerate. And how do you improve? Well, of course, you can study ancient and modern philosophers and religious thinkers, but you can also do some things that are closer to yourself. You can, for example, keep a dream diary or any kind of journal where you write down your own thoughts. You can work on improving your critical thinking skills. You can allow yourself time to daydream. And you can take part in both moral and philosophical discussions with your friends. And you can meditate. Now to the question, what do I believe? As a teacher, I am very fascinated by the theory of multiple intelligences that Dr. Howard Gardner has presented, and it has changed my way of teaching since the early 90s. But as a lifelong learner, I believe that there are many forms of consciousness and awareness that we all are capable of, whether you put the label intelligence on it or not. I believe we can all develop our existential thinking. So my simple answer would be, yes, I do believe in existential intelligence. In my next video, I will take a look on two of the intelligences from Howard Gardner's theory, and I will compare musical intelligence and naturalist intelligence. And if you are interested in that, hit the subscribe button underneath the video so you don't miss out. Until next time, remember, never stop learning.